Okay, so it looks like I've got to go this way. I thought I could go the other way. I did not set my orientation. No worries. Yeah, we'll just stay this way then. Okay. Make sure I can see comments. Hey, everybody. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I got a new fancy gadget. Hey, y'all. Hey, there you go. Hey, Grant. Hey, Amy. Let's see. Who do we have? Kindy K all day. We got Joe at Sleep and Slim Down Journey. We have Pammy, Manjaro Journey with Pam. We have Simply W Sue and Grant. And Michelle. Oh, I love Michelle. I know you have a lot going on, so it's always good to see you. And then Real Journal Talk with V. And we have Chris. Good to see you, Chris. And so we'll get started because I don't want to keep y'all too long. My goal is to keep it under an hour. Sorry, the sun is choosing to be where it is, but I like the mood. Y'all get a nice mood lighting. Let's see. Yes, we see it and hear you. Perfect. So, and I'll talk about this little, I got a new little gadget recommended by, and I'll mention her again. This is not a plug. This is not an advertisement, but Amy at If You Seek Amy, that's one of her channels. And then Amy Loses It. She recommended, y'all probably already have this, so I'm probably preaching to the choir here when it comes to that. But good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. And so I know as people come in, feel free to make sure to like. And as people come in, definitely talk and connect with each other. It's hashtag chickens, plural. So just make sure you are connecting. And yes, remember to hydrate. I just told Harjareen that I've not been hydrating. So well today, but I'll catch up. So like I said, I want to kind of keep this pretty concise and worth your time. Yeah, this mood lighting may bother me, but the light inside is not as great. What brand is that? Again, and this is my first time delving into this. It's Lark M2. I think Hollyland, I think is the main brand. Hollyland. And it's easy setup. You don't have to you just connect it to your phone. I think they also have a version, I guess, that either has a camera, is compatible with the camera. This is just the one you plug into your phone and use. So yeah. Hey, Amy, I've already plugged you once. So far, so good. Actually, a lot of fun things came in today, but I don't want to get to that stuff yet. So, but hey, Hadrian, hey to Bossways. I have 2 mods in, so thank you for coming, all of you. So ultimately, while we're here, as my channel kind of said, it's an update, so to speak. I don't want to really even call it an update. I want to call it a refocus, and it's probably going to be more of a refocus as to what I am doing on the channel to create content more so than what y'all may see. But what y'all will see is hopefully the result of some strategic planning. That is a buzzword in my work life. So it's going to be a buzzword in my YouTube life as well. Again, thank you everyone for joining. Make sure to hit the like. But ultimately, since being back, back to my full-time gig and that going full steam ahead, as y'all know, the responsibilities that I have at the house, I just needed my brain to sort of wrap my head around, and Joe reminds us of this. Joe at Sleep and Slip Down Journey reminds me of this all the time. This is to be fun. Now, I'm a big believer, and as are many of you, that to work at something that is fun, you can still receive money at that, but it shouldn't ever become unfun or just take over your life in a way that's burdensome, right? And so I had to kind of get in my head. Hi, Unique. Good to see you. I had to get in my head. How do I begin to keep the fun? But if you ever do the like the DISC or things like that, or the personality test, I'm a high C. So conscientious, I cannot say that word, but ultimately, I am someone that I need high strategy when I execute a thing, even when it's fun, right? I went to Italy and I had a whole, like, my first time going to Italy because I had to stay under a budget because I was just graduating. I had a whole Excel spreadsheet of like each day what I would do, what's free to do and what days it was free. So even something that is fun, I still seek strategy. Now, when I went to Florence, the guy at the hotel like took my Excel spreadsheet, took it in his hands, threw it in the trash can. But what he didn't know, I had a second copy. Who do you think I am? Of course, I had a second copy of my plan. So, so anyway, thank you, Marjorie. I woke up like this. I literally wake up, shake it, and call it a day. That's my hair routine. So you won't see me doing hair routines on this channel, other than that. But ultimately, I am refocusing so that hopefully the content in and of itself will be a bit more organized, a bit more scheduled around my schedule so that I can live. And it's not going to be so niche in any one area. And I know there are those of you on this call that we could talk for days about niche. So the niche I am choosing to pick, if I have to pick one, it's going to be more about me and who I am. I am a type 1 diabetic who is determined, in order to live my life, whether that's raising chickens, whether that's going on cruises, whether that's going to Italy for a month, whether that is I have a secret desire to be on the side of a volcano, hopefully not active, but if it is, good headline, right? And I am also very much on a health journey. I met many of you. I know many of you that are on this because I started a Zepbound, which is a GLP-1 GIP, tirzepatide, and that's how I came to be known in this community and things of that nature. I was a lurker. My whole YouTube existence has been, when I needed something fixed, when I needed to know about something, and when I needed to learn something for work and they weren't going to pay me to learn it, I would go to YouTube University, learn it. That was my experience with YouTube. And then I, again, got into the GLP-1 community and met all these wonderful people. I've shared that story before. And so in order for me to live the life I want, I have to, health, regardless of the tool, it's very important to me. And I have several tools that y'all have seen. I have my insulin pump, which is my number one, and I won't talk about what happened this morning with my insulin pump, but maybe at the end if there's time. So my Medtronic insulin pump is my Medtronic 780G. And actually, they changed the company name this year to MiniMed. MiniMed has always been in the title, but they kept it short, so it's now MiniMed. 780G is probably my primary tool to keep this body moving and grooving, because I am a type 1 diabetic that's insulin dependent. I use an insulin pump. And another tool that helps out, that is very significant in helping me out, and I'll do all the things where you link stuff. And I've shared that before, the impact that Zepbound, again, it's a tirzepatide, has had on my life, of course, with weight loss, but more importantly, many people have asked me, what does retirement look like? What's your goal in retirement? Or how do you build a retirement life? And I said, the key to my success in retirement is to get to a point where I'm taking less insulin for several reasons. I will be on it, but taking less insulin for several reasons, because cognitive, like any medication over time, especially long-term use, there's cognitive impact on that medication, and insulin does have an impact on cognitive. And we won't get into the science of diabetes right here, but it impacts, if you have a cell, raise your hand if you have cells in your body, and you are either a type 1 or a type 2 diabetic or many of the other diabetes. It's ultimately, if I'll say it real short, if energy is not getting into those cells, it's going to kill the cell. And with the killing of the cell, it can injure, damage the organ. if you have damaged organs, so on and so forth, right? That is the short abridged version of type 1 and type 2 and the other. And they have a fifth type now of diabetes. There's so many types of diabetes. But anyway, so my goal is to maintain an in range of type 1 diabetes, but at the in range glucose numbers with my type 1 diabetes, but manage it in such a way that I am taking less insulin. And Elevate, I'm glad you're on here because I made a speech for my presentation, and I had to make sure I wrote down, do not read this chicken scratch, but I know what it says, right? And so it's reducing the amount of insulin I'm needing to take, right? So then I meet after, y'all help me on the math, August 22 to August 25. So that's 3 years. After 3 years of being reluctant to take a GLP-1, I finally took the plunge and started taking it. Next day, there's an impact on my insulin. Called my endocrinologist up and said, we've got to work on my numbers because my insulin is dropping fast. But I have a glucagon shot, and y'all are probably, I'm going to show this to you. I know this is random, but there is a point. Actually, it's not in here. I was going to show you my glucagon shot because a lot of you are very excited about somebody write the next GLP-1 that's coming out. Retatrutide, is that the name of it? Anyway, the third ingredient of retatrutide is glucagon. And it's going to be interesting because I don't have it in here. That's okay. Because I usually actually carry around an retatrutide. So I have with me as an emergency kit, a glucagon shot. So actually, I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want you to give it me because I can make my own retatrutide. Anyway, I have a glucagon shot because if my blood sugar gets really, 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 really low and I'm not conscious or I'm going down that way, somebody has to give me this glucagon shot because it's glucose. It's like pure sugar. It's what's in your body. It's the glucagon, what's in your body. And it's the third ingredient. That's the third ingredient for the retatrutide. So anyway, I get on Zepbound, which is a tirzepatide. 4 months later, I finally just kind of look at my numbers because someone asked me the question if have I been able to save money as it relates to my type 1 diabetes management. And here I am looking at the stats. I'm taking 50% in 4 months. I'm taking 50% less insulin on a daily basis. 50%. I usually get 7 vials on my 90-day prescription. So I got a prescription in September. I got 7 vials. I still have 5 vials left from that prescription. So am I saving money on my type 1 diabetes management being on Zepbound? The answer is yes. Answer is yes. So that's 2 tools. So my Medtronic pump. So how do I live the life I want to live as a homesteader, as someone? I don't know that I'll get truly off grid because there's things I like. I like theater. I like all the things. I like being out and about and doing all those things. So I don't know how truly off grid I'll ever get. My spouse has a different answer to that question. He wants all the off grids. He wants to live in the Ozarks. And then I have to remind him, I don't know if they like little old me in the Ozarks. But anyway, so my Medtronic or my mini med insulin pump, my Zepbound, what I eat, because it's inputs and outputs. Healthy living is input and output. Now, some of those things we can control, some of those things we can't. Some of those things we can legislate, but some of those things we can't legislate because, right? That's all I'm going to say. So what I eat, so that's important for the diabetes, for the weight loss, all the things, what I eat, and outputs, so exercise. So I'm a gardener. We were raised gardening. I grew up on a property actually an hour from where I live today. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my notifications. About an hour from where I live today. Actually, never tell the universe that, oh, I'm never going back there. Universe has a funny way of doing things, right? We grew up on a property that had 2 pear trees, 2 apple trees, a peach tree, a plum tree, Sassafras, muscadine. If you don't know about muscadine grape, learn about muscadine grape. Grapes are good. The leaves are good. That's all I'll say. You can make jam with it. Blackberries all around. I never bought fruit until I went to college. And when I learned that fruit was over $1 when I went to college, like you should have seen my reaction. So there's a lot of people I want to say hello to before I go on. I know a lot of people's come in. So first of all, thank you for coming in. But Unique's Garden, of course, Chris, Crazy Chicken Lady, we just met. And so it's good. I love her channel. Brooklyn Beauty, like a lot of you just, a lot of new channels I've connected with. The Garden Hoe channel, Life with Tasharia, she wakes us up. She's one of the ones that wakes us up moving and grooving. And then let's see, of course, Real Turn of Jock with V, and then Elevated Me to You, and then Booby Goats, who I love, and I really want some goats at some point. Fabric Studio, who is the soundtrack, along with Marjorie Annette, the soundtrack of my life when I need just music to groove to and be in the background. So hello, everyone, and hello, Candy K. Hello, Simply Taisha. And so I know I'm already 16 minutes in and haven't gotten to half the things I want to say. So inputs and outputs, that's my priority of how I manage type 1 diabetes. And then just living and enjoying life. And so so this is going, my refocus is going to be on what my lifestyle is, which is inclusive of the homesteading, I love my chickens. Y'all know I love my chickens. They just bring me joy. I love the kitty cats, all these things bring me joy. The animals that roam outside. I'm in the process of trying to coax a young deer that lost its mother probably about a month ago. My husband had to bury its mom because somebody hit it. And so we had to bury the mother. And so there's this young deer running around my yard that I'm trying to get to meet the other 5 deer, and hopefully they'll be friends, right? So all the random things, the night cam video, all these things make up my world, make up my life, my garden, which I've just been a bad human about these last couple of years. Texas can be it's not the toughest. It is not the toughest climate, but it can be a tough climate. And we've just not kept up with the pest and the disease control for our garden. So I came on this channel for accountability with my health. I came on YouTube for accountability with my gardening. And there is the gardening community and the homesteading community on YouTube. Connect with them. That's all I'm saying. Connect with them. They'll teach you things, even if you've never gardened. They'll teach you things about the natural remedies of plants, the healing factors of plants from in and out. In and out. Again, inputs matter because we are a giant chemistry set. I am a spiritual person, but I am also a science person. I understand we beings are made of a chemical kind, then out this chemical compound we become. So when we input things into our body, there is going to be a reaction, and everybody's different because we're all made up differently. We have the same basic building blocks, but how those blocks are built can be very different, and different reactions can happen. But the gardening community, even if you never put a seed in the ground, can and will teach you about the importance of inputs. And it can be the actual plants. It can be the use of different, things for medicinal purposes and all this other stuff, right? So the gardening community, connect with that community, the homesteading community can just get you back to the basics of things, just how to cook from scratch, how to work on a budget, right? How to, budget for food, how to look at what can I do with this? I have flour, I have beans, I have some protein. How can I make this meal stretch and also be nutritious for me, right? So all the things, connect with those. And all these things are a part of me. Occasionally I do stuff about polymer clay jewelry, right? So how did that come into my life? I knew I was about to get on this weight loss journey. And I am what's called and some of y'all in the chat can describe this better than I can. I'm what's called I'm a bored eater. I don't know if that goes into the category of emotional eating, but I'm a bored eater. So I will have eaten a great dinner, great lunch, and then I'll be like, oh, I want some popcorn, only because I just want it and I'm bored. And I used to eat bags of sunflower seeds. I mean, like an unhealthy amount of sunflower seeds. It's bad. But I love them. I love them. I don't even buy them anymore because I know I'll go crazy. And sunflower seeds are not bad. It's just what sunflower seeds are good. My consumption of, I used to get those cha-cha sunflower seeds. They're a good sized bag. I could easily clear 5 of those bags in a day. I mean, Guinness, get this person down, right? So yeah, so so I knew, because, you know, this was early on. I didn't know if Zepbound would be something that is long term. Of course, a lot of people make their own decisions about that. But I knew that in a process to get healthy, lose weight, I needed something that would consume my brain my brain and my hands to not get bored, right? So I started seeing all these, I don't even know how it came into my algorithm, but I started seeing people make polymer clay jewelry, and it's mesmerizing. The colors, like, hey, Liliana, good to see you. Yeah, I started seeing people make, and Shanaria's here, good to see you. I started seeing people make these beautiful colors and these things out of the polymer clay. I'm wearing one right. This is one of the creations that I made before we went to Lake Tahoe a few weeks ago, and it was after I did that clothing haul. So some of the colors I wore in that clothing haul, I wanted earrings to match those colors. So yeah. So ultimately, I got into polymer clay to keep my hands busy, and I love it. It's like I just like making the patterns, and then I'm like sitting there with the patterns, like, oh, I've got to make something out of this. I hope to start doing necklaces and different things like that, but right now it's the earrings because, you know, they're easy to do. So so that's part of my refocus. It's more, so that's who I am, right? The refocus is trying to deliver content in a more organized way. So how did we get to this video? So between my ladies who are in the chat, Harjorie and Annette, The Boss Way, Joe at Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey, and Himani at Stealth Health India, you know, we're always talking about just sort of working smarter, not harder, and how to just sort of, our lives is who we are and who we share with the world, right? We don't have to worry about a niche. But then I'm also, you know, there's good people out there, like, again, If You Seek Amy, and I would say both channels, If You Seek Amy K, and Amy Loses It, and Kindy K All Day. And then I reached out, and then, you know, even Losing It Grays, you know, we all had conversations. And so, you know, different people that speak to niche, but also speak to you can be like, lifestyle can be your niche. Just understand it may take a longer journey. If your desire is monetization, it may take YouTube a longer time to figure you out, right? But what most important, what they have talked about in the last couple of weeks, so I would say, you know, Kindy K's channel and even Low Carb Queen, we had a big discussion yesterday that was really good. And I'll put all these names in the chat, right? Well, they talked about the importance of sort of getting yourself organized around this a little bit, you know, getting those 5 to 8 minute, occasionally, you know, longer vlogs out, and pushing vlogs and stuff like that, being more strategic about shorts. Like if you're doing shorts, be more strategic about how you're releasing those shorts. So all this good information is coming into me, and I'm just like, okay, how can I process all the things in here? And then we were on a chat with, if you haven't connected with him, Real Odds and Even. Real Odds and Even was on a chat with him along, and then Me 2 Times Elevated Me to You. Me 2 Times Elevated Me to You was in that same chat along with Alabama Country 9121. And both of them just, you know, in their, you know, just be a lifestyle. Be a lifestyle. Like that's your niche, is be a lifestyle. It was that, you know, it was that sort of straightforward. It's like, you know, don't worry yourself over sort of, if you're not just chickens or if you're not just this, just be you and be your lifestyle. You know, there will be people that connect, there will be people that don't connect, and there are people that hang around because they captured your personality, or you captured their person, or my personality captured them, you know, or however I need to say it. So it was all good information. And what that translated to is I quite literally made a schedule. I made a schedule. I said, these are my homesteading days. So Tuesdays are the days that I sent her, hey, Paul, just kind of talking about my channel here. Good to see you. And I'll go back to the chat to make sure I didn't miss anyone. But, you know, Tuesdays are my homesteading days. I'm going to release content related to that, right? Thursdays will be the days I release stuff about my health. And that may be my meals some days. That may be updates to my, you know, where I'm at on my type 1, where I'm at on my Zep-bound. And then Saturdays is probably when I'll post my, you know, my results with my weight loss. It won't be perfect. There will be days I miss and stuff like that. But what I built a schedule that takes me into January. Hey, Losing It Graves. I built a schedule that takes me into January, and my brain just relaxed. Like the moment I put words to a schedule of the topics I want to talk about, when I want to talk about, two things happen. My brain relaxed. It just sort of like, whew, okay, that's what I'm doing. And then, like maybe the next day, by the end of the next day, I had 3 5 to 8 minute recordings already done, ready to queue up. You know, just like I said, some will get released in the next few days, but it was as if all this knowledge from all these great creators and people who are doing it, the combination of all this knowledge, and I think I got everybody, hopefully I got everybody. If I didn't, I'll make sure to put in the comment. Just all this knowledge, just to see it come to fruition on this schedule and then build this in the release in my brain that happened, it almost let the doors of like, okay, this is how you do this real quick thing. You know, I was cooking those cowboy beans anyway, so do a quick video on it. Take a picture. Let's see, what was the one that came out the day before? The seed book. I've been wanting to see the seed book for weeks. And so like I had like 45 minutes left before I started work that day. Got my seed book out, 10 minutes, done. Like it was this release, and then the creativity release came out. And then there's a video coming out that happened that I had not planned for, but a circumstance came up that, and I know it's content that people like because it's around chicken care, that it just opened the door for it. Quick 8-minute video, already there, right? And so it was just, I want to say a big thank you, even though you may not have known. Oh, Stash Cash as well, because we were in, like, I think that was yesterday. Those of you who were in Stash Cash's chat yesterday, there was all sorts of advice, being like different people getting advice just from each other and from Stash, but just talking to each other in his live. And so you may not have realized sort of the conundrum in my brain that was happening, but you released it. The collective of the connections or the communities that I'm in, that full collective just, again, released my brain. So that's kind of what, you know, the things will be about. It will be, again, primarily what wellness and what's kind of all in that wellness. Yes, the homesteading right now. Yes, it's just the chickens. It will be the gardening. If I feel compelled in the next couple of years to get goats, I will. By the way, if I do get, because if you didn't know, my chickens are all named after Grey's Anatomy characters. The 5 babies do not have names yet because I don't know what they are. Stay tuned. I have a feeling what some are, but again, stay tuned. And then if I do ever get goats, they're going to be named after Bridgerton characters. But anyway, because, you know, animals act like drama TV that Shonda Rhimes creates. So that's just how animals act. But yeah, that's what sort of the channel, you know, what will not change on this channel. I'm me. That's who I am. Take it or leave it. I'm type 1 diabetic. That's not going to change unless there's, you know, unless I get a new pancreas or I get that is lit It's the islet of Langerhans, and they are kind of doing, they're doing studies out there to replace those. And I think my understanding, the studies are actually going well. And just whatever happens, I'll still do my best. Still have one. I have one to do a short today, but I'm 100% still supporting the community. When you need watch hours, when you need, I'll post when you need your subs, all the normal shout outs that already happened, and I'll continue to support, the communities that I visit and stuff. Now I will say, and I should be standing even right now because I'm taking us past 30 minutes. So if everyone wants to do a stretch your body, stretch. If you want to get up and move, do that. But, supporting lives will happen. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the parts of my whole life that I'm wanting to share. Right. And again, there's going to be some organization to it as far as when I produce the homesteading stuff, which will typically, like I said, be at the beginning of the week. That Tuesday is what I'm aiming for. And Thursday will be more of the health. And like I said, I'll still post things regarding the weight loss journey as appropriate. Right. That's kind of the reality coming up. Okay. Where are my gardeners at? Where are my gardeners? Drop in the chat. Drop in the chat. If you're one of my gardeners, you can do a leaf or just say, I'm a gardener. If you want to say that, got something to show y'all. So I'll show you real quick as y'all drop that in. I get to join. I feel like a real person now. So I got after watching all of y'all's seed, y'all got to see on Tuesday, y'all got to see my current seed collection. But I mentioned in there, we need to get more tomatoes and stuff like that. So I got the 500. So I'm going to show y'all something. The 531 page catalog. And there's some plants I didn't even I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that, right? Mizuna. I don't even know what it is, but I want it. I don't know that I can grow it here, but I mean, look at that. Look at that. Joe, I think this should be if you're still there, that should be your next hair color. I think forget blue, get that color. Should be your next hair color. If you don't know about Joe and her hair color decision, go to Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey and watch some of her videos. So yeah, I'm in love with this book. There's plants I've never even heard of or seen. So yeah, so we'll see. So my husband and I will go through this book later this week. Get some. He loves his peppers. He loves his tomatoes. I mean, this is my husband and his tomatoes. He will grow how many does he do? 7 or 8 different varieties, and he'll do 2 plants of each, right? And then the ones that we don't keep, we give to other people. So that's how we do here. We give, we grow, we give our abundance is our philosophy in our home. And sometimes we don't give out of our abundance. We give what we can, regardless of if we're abundant or not. Now my book fell. So yeah, so I'm a little over 30 minutes. I'll go 45. Any questions? Let me do this before questions, or throw questions as I say this. How you can support? It's the norm. What we all do: like, comment, share. If you know people that are interested in this kind of content, share it. When you're able to. There are 20,000 lives going on. And so, I think we all understand, we love the support, but we all understand there's this non-YouTube life we kind of have to live. So when you're when you're able to, feel free to join. My goal for lives is to do them Thursdays, unless something amazing happens, on a day and I want y'all to see it, but typically I'll probably pick Thursdays to do lives. And then we have, again, the ladies I named before, DeBossway, Hardrina Net. If you need music, reach out to her. If Joe at Sleep and Slim Down Journey, and then Stealth Health India, Hermione, we do our behind the scenes at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central Time. We do it behind the scenes. This week it's homesteading. We're going to talk about homesteading this coming Saturday, December 13th. I made sure to look at the calendar, depending on when people are watching this. And so, yeah. And then, like I said, if there are people who are interested in homesteading and wellness and how it all can exist, then let's do it, right? Let's, invite people to my channel, share it, do all the things, right? Any questions? I know, let me get, let's see. Oh, my flower. Yeah, I didn't do my flowers today. I kind of just woke up. Let's see. Hey, Poetic Tears, I saw that you came in. Mia, good to see you. Oh, you're going to end up doing your hysterectomy. I ended up doing mine in May of 2020. I was so nervous. I have never been under anesthesia, and I was so nervous. And again, I think y'all know me well enough. I came in, this is a good example. I literally came into the doctor with a notebook this size, this many pages, ready to take notes. This dude looks at me. He's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm about to take notes." It's like, you don't understand my family. Like they're gonna want to know all the questions. They're gonna be calling you at the beginning, during, and after what my stats are. You're gonna get a phone call every 30 minutes of what my vitals are. Like this is like when one of us rolls into a hospital, like you're getting all of us with the status checks, right? He looks at me, it's like, you're not like, this is an outpatient treatment. Like you're barely going to be here an hour. Basically, your husband's going to drop you off. You can go to a bar and then he's picking you up before noon. I'm like, oh, got it. And then, they send you home with medicine. So, good. I mean, the surgery went fine. Then I only ended up taking, what did I take? I only did the Tylenol and the, what's the other one they give you? Ibuprofen. I did that for maybe 3 days. When I went back to the doctor, I even told him, it's like, either I'm Wolverine from X-Men or you're really amazing. And he looks at me, he's like, it's probably both. He was arrogant, but he was good. I mean, he's one of those doctors that I guess deserves to be arrogant. But anyway, let's see. But yeah, it went really well when I did it back in May of 2021. And so good to hear Grant for his tomato. Oh yeah, the tomatoes are good. Men, eat your tomatoes. Hey, Auntie Mama. Tomatoes are good for the prostate, so eat your tomatoes, gentlemen out there. Although, how about this? Those of you with the prostate, eat your tomatoes. Or find a way to eat them, because I know sometimes people are allergic and sometimes everyone doesn't like them. Your Jim, something precious, you too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the easiest one I've had. Okay. When I was pregnant with my twins, he had to pull. Oh, wow. He had a soup. Yeah, I mean, some of them can be just intense. Some of them can be very intense. Well, again, I won't keep, because I know other lives are going on. And then I know people just have to, it's kind of that hour that people are transitioning between, work and their families and kind of get ready for the evening and cooking. So I won't keep y'all too much longer. But again, I want to thank y'all for joining this. Thank you for listening. Let's, jump into the ride that this is going to be. I have halfway jokingly. Okay, how about let me ask a question to y'all. I really want my husband to start a channel because I think he would be amazing at this. So he just knows how to fix things. Like he just knows. Well, he's an amazing cook. Like this will have to be a separate live that I do one day about how, and I'm going to brag about my husband. My husband probably meets the 9 of the 10 things I listed when I was 5 that I wanted in a husband. He meets 9 out of 10. And y'all would have to stay tuned if I ever do a vlog on what the one that he doesn't hit is. But he's an amazing cook, but then he just knows how to fix things. He's also a pilot. So if zombie apocalypse come this way, because we can get people out, we just have to commandeer a plane so he can fly. So he knows how to fix things, but he's about to work on the truck and do like 6 or 7 different things. And he's one of those that his frustration with like the fix it videos is that they spend 10 minutes just talking about nothing and then 5 minutes fixing the thing, but then they never show you the tools you need. They never show you what they actually fixed. They never show you the things you've got to get around to actually fix the thing you're needing. Like most of the time, for those of you who work on your own vehicles, 90% of the time you're trying to just get to the area of the vehicle you need to fix, right? But none of those videos ever show that, right? You just have to figure it out. Anyway, he's about to work on like 6 or 7 different. Oh, I did it. Someone's going to comment on that ridiculousness. Anyway, he's about to fix several things, and I just want to do like vlogs of each of them, post it, and then just see what happens. Like I just want to see what happens because he's also hilarious too. He's like one of the most hilarious people I know. Yeah, Aria's channel's focusing on men as much. Yeah, men come to YouTube. I mean, it's especially for stuff like that. Let's see. What you really want to know, Grace? I'll make a video of it. You have to watch it. Stay tuned. Coming in January. What are the 10 things Jennifer asked for when she was 5? Yeah, he does have to want to do it. You know more than anyone. It's hard work. Got to do it. I'm just gonna record and just create the channel for him. But you're 100%. He has to do it. Yes, Unique. I 100. So speaking of, I 100% married my zombie apocalypse plan. I'll just organize and make the spreadsheets, but you know, he can handle everything else. I do know how to shoot a bow and arrow and other things, so I can take out a zombie if I need to. Let's see the time involved. But yeah, Uncle Daddy is a fixer upper. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. But they do same. Mine does not like the camera. Have you ever thought about working on? He's not into it. Like it'd have to be Kenny K. That's a good question. It'd have to be one of those things. Like I said, that if I recorded and did the work, he would do it. So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. Unique. We've got to hang out and figure out a collab. We got to do our bow and arrow collab. So yeah, so I have kept y'all 42 minutes. So let's go ahead and wrap because I want these things to be under an hour. I want to thank each and every one of you. Again, the creators that I mentioned above, I want to say your names again. So that Joe is Sleep and Slim Down Journey, Hardry Nanette at The Boss Way, Hermione at Self Health India, Kindy K All Day, Low Carb Queen. I'm going to probably miss people. Amy Loses It. Her other channel is, If You Seek Amy. Losing It Grays, who's been in the chat as well. You know, just again, the advice that was given to kind of get me to this point of kind of working on the schedule. And then Me Too times Elevated Me to You, and then Real Odds and Even. Again, y'all may not even knew sort of what my mindset was coming into some of those chats. But you were able, you know, and then I'll say what I want to say, and then let me get the names in. Stash Cash, and then Alabama Country 9121. I'll make sure to drop y'all's names in the description as well. Again, y'all may not have known in those chats, sort of, yes, I asked a question, but sort of where my brain was when those questions got answered. So there was a group of people that kind of got me to this point of I've got to figure out something. What is that something? How do I make this work? And then again, just those few little words to me and some of those other chats really just sort of was that final sort of, you know, breaking the wall of the dam there to kind of to release my brain from the pressure it was putting on itself so that then creativity could flow. So I appreciate all that you did. Oh yeah, the cruise channel. I mean, seriously, the cruise channel, y'all know what y'all are doing over there. I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, go over to the If You Seek Amy K. That's her cruise channel. It's absolutely amazing. Like, if you're a big cruiser, definitely check out her channel. And then if you're someone that's just interested, what's it like on the ship, definitely check out If You Seek Amy K. Let's see. Thank you for sharing. Of course, I Need a Handyman. Is that a song? They could be. Hardering can make that song. I'm telling you, you just gotta, I don't know. The trick, Kindy K, of what I would say best is how because, I fretted over marriage and all, and like, oh, I fretted. There was even a moment that my plan. I joked that this is my plan A, that I was just going to go live in Italy and just, live in a convent and, be happy in Italy. My mother looked at me and was like, yeah, that's not going to work. And so I'm like, why? Anyway, so this would have been 2012. So right around the time I was focusing on my health, I was focusing on my budget. Basically, I cut a lot of things out of my life, things and people, cut a lot of it out of my life. Once I started focusing on, I made me a priority and my health a priority and who I surrounded myself with a priority, what books I read, what all the things, once I made those things a priority, about a year or so later, he showed up, and the rest is history, is what I would say. So yeah, that's the story. But with that, I am going to leave y'all. Thank you for joining, and I appreciate all that you do out there on your regular channels, the advice you give, and and just everything that y'all do out there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And my tagline I've decided is just going to be be good to one another, be good to the earth, and be good to yourself. With that, bye-bye.